This is the easiest way to boost your engagement on LinkedIn without engagement pods and engagement groups, grow your email list, and start conversations with your target audience on autopilot. And you do it with Welcome DMs. And so I'm going to walk you through what Welcome DMs are and exactly what I send, how to create a script, and all of the above. So this will help you instantly warm up new connection requests that you get on LinkedIn and get them to engage with your content, which makes them more likely to see your future content. Just a very easy thing to do, very low hanging fruit, and it'll be helpful for you. So very quickly, if this is your first time seeing one of my videos, my name is Matthew Brown. You killed my father, prepare to die. Just kidding. I am the owner at Tribe Digital, and I've worked with over 60 clients to build their personal brands, driven $10 million or more in client sales, more than $10 million. And then this is an SOP that I will link to in the DMs if you are interested. This is what I have my virtual assistant use to actually send these for me. So if you have an assistant, would highly recommend. And if you don't, then you can just follow the steps yourself. So you might be wondering what a welcome DM is. So all good marketing is based on intent. And so whether that's an ad, someone clicks on it, that shows some intent, or there's some type of call to action in your post and somebody sends you a DM, or somebody clicks on your sales page and gets follow-up emails. Those are just signals of intent. And one of the most obvious intent signals that you might get is a connection request. So somebody probably saw your content, or they searched you, or people like you, and they sent a connection request. And so there's some type of interest there. You have a few options. You can ignore or reject the connection request. You can accept the connection request and never talk to the person, or you can accept it and you can send them a welcome DM. And so I don't accept all connection requests if it looks like it's from a third world country, like the person's from a third world country and isn't my target audience. I'll often just press ignore. They'll still follow you. That's how LinkedIn works. They'll still follow you, but you won't connect with them, meaning you won't see their content. But if they look like they could potentially be a prospect or somebody you'd want to connect with, then you can hit accept and send them a welcome DM. And there's a lot of hidden gold there. I start a ton of conversations this way, and it opens up the chance to sell people in the DMs way more often if that's something you're interested in. So let's take an actual look at my welcome DM and walk you through it. So I'm going to read it. So, hey, first name. So you use their name here. Then you say, thanks for dropping me a connection request. So you acknowledge that they connected with you. They're the ones that sent you the connection request. Then I like to say, not sure if you've seen much of my content. I'm not going to assume that they know who I am. But I post daily marketing tips, so they know why they should follow me and what they'll get from connecting with me and checking out my content. Then next I say, in case you're interested, and this is a very soft way. I'm not saying, here's my post, check them out. I'm saying, in case you're interested, I'll link to a few of my, and then this is another just pro tip, most popular posts you can check out. And that just gives it a little bit of a social proof where I'm saying other people like these posts. There's a good chance you will too. Then I have 3 different links here, and I don't just put the links. I actually put a hook for each of these beforehand. That way they can kind of preview what they would get. They don't have to click on all 3, but maybe they'll click on one of them. So the first one builds authority. So 10 types of content that get consistent leads. They could click on it and be like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. Then the second one builds affinity. So I wrote a post about how I didn't post on LinkedIn for 2 years because I was afraid of what one person would think of me. True story. And so that post is linked right there. And then third, I have a post of where I explained saying yes to a $100,000 deal that I sold. And this shows competence. So people think, oh, this guy's legitimate. And then finally, I at the end I say hope to stay connected, and you could have something like whether or not you're interested, glad to be connected, something along those lines, where even if they don't want to click on these, they're not interested in what you have to say in your content. It's just a nice warm welcome. And I get responses just like this all the time, just positive. Thank you, looking forward to seeing your posts. A lot of people will click and they'll check them out. I'll see likes on these posts or comments. And there's a few really interesting things that happen. So I'm gonna walk you through. Yeah, I'll just walk you through those. So it is a lot of text if you're wondering like, oh, that seems like a ton, but you can do a few things. First is I break it up into 2 different messages. So I say, thanks for dropping me a connection request. I hit send. That's why you see the little check mark here. And then this is a second message, but also it's separated in a way that's really easy to read. And it does a few things. So one, I introduce myself if they don't know who I am, or they kind of just hit connect and didn't do much digging. 2, I'd link to several of my best performing posts. So good chance that they're interested in reading those and they'll connect with me more by reading those. And then 3, if they engage with any of these, then the LinkedIn algorithm will basically tag them and say they're interested in Matthew's posts. And so my next posts are more likely to be on their feed. And then finally, they're more likely to respond to future DMs because this is just such a friendly message. So that's very cool. This is a template you can use. I have it here. So very similar. Hey name, thanks for dropping me a connection request. Hit send. Then message 2. Not sure if you've seen much of my content, but I post about, put your niche. In case you're interested, I'll link to a few of my most popular posts you can check out. Brief hook to the post and include the link. By the way, pro tip here, get rid of any of the weird question mark stuff that you have after your posts. You'll notice in like I'll just come in and show you really quickly so you know what I'm talking about. If I come into my most recent post, I click copy link to post and I open up a new tab. Do you see how there's like this massive, after the question mark, there's the UTM source. It's just like this massive link. Because it's a DM, you don't want it to be huge. And so highly recommend getting rid of that and just keeping it short and sweet. So there's a template. Obviously, you can copy this. This is the exact message that I send, but you can also personalize it a little bit so it feels and sounds a little bit more like yourself. And then right here, I have an AI prompt. So you may not know what you should put as these 3 different posts. And so this AI prompt will help you basically come up with ideas that you can use to build affinity, build trust and authority, and prove your competence. I'm going to share this entire thing with you. It'll be the first link in the description of this video. But go ahead and use this AI prompt and it'll help you come up. You just have to fill this in the bottom. Help you come up with ideas that you can use. If you don't already have like posts that you're sure you want to use. Finally, I'll just share another pro tip with you. If you have a lead magnet, I would include your lead magnet as one of the 3 pieces of content you share. That way you can grow your email list on Autopilot. So this is what I've had, which links to LinkedIn posts. And I am actually going to make this change today where I'm going to include either 1 or 2 of these as links to my landing page where they can sign up for a lead magnet. And then they'll be on my email list. And this will be a way where I can passively, because my virtual assistant is handling this, I can passively get more of my followers to become email subscribers, which would be very powerful, especially when you look at a longer term, like a longer horizon, because I'm getting 20, 30, 50, 100 connection requests every day. And, maybe it's a 20% rate of people who are jumping on my email list because of this. So very, very powerful. And then obviously you can see down here, if you want to go through the lead magnet, you want me to review this with you, I'd be happy to take a look at your welcome DM, help you choose what pieces of content you should include. And feel free to grab a spot on my calendar. We can review it together. And this is only for my target audience. So business owners that are doing above 30K per month. If you're not, then that's okay. You can send me a DM. I might respond. You can comment on this video with it, and I will respond because I need the help on YouTube. And I hope this is helpful. I guess the last thing that I'll show you here is under this toggle, the Welcome DM SOP. So like I said, this is step 1, sort the incoming connection requests. And then step 2, send the welcome DMs. and you could come in and obviously edit this, but you can follow this yourself. You can send it to your assistant who can handle this. A couple of notes in here. So this should be helpful for you, and it's very low-hanging fruit. I've helped a couple dozen people implement this, and they've all had very positive responses. Like, their audience is responding very positively. It's just a low lift, easy upgrade that actually makes a big difference. So hope it's helpful. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, and I'll talk to you soon.